Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Kayla and this is my garden at my home in North Texas. There's a couple things we need to get done today. First, I'm going to be building this new, well, at least new to me, I don't know, I haven't seen them before. Vego Garden has these new rolling planters. So these are like, they have like an herb garden size, but this specific one is like a individual pot size, which I thought would be really nice for my lemon tree. Two reasons. One, if it has wheels, I can move it into my garage really easily in the winter, or my kitchen, depending on the weather. And then also I want to get that tree out of that pot so that it doesn't suffer the same fate as my fig tree, which is very, very, very dead. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do today is get this built, and then I have a couple of things to plant, and then what else? I know there's some other things. We'll see. I'll remember when I walk around the garden. So yeah, we're gonna start building this. I'll show you how I put it together, and then we're gonna get that lemon tree transplanted. All right, so here's everything that comes in the box. We've got the sides of the planter. If you've ordered a bed from Vego Garden or Birdie's Beds before, you know that they have this like plastic that covers both sides that you have to peel off. This is definitely like the most annoying part of buying one of these raised beds. So I'm gonna get that plastic off. This is the self-watering base. I generally don't like self-watering products. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's what this is. I assume that's the bottom of the planter. Those boxes, I assume, are the wheels, and then you've got all of your hardware and stuff. So I'm gonna get this plastic peeled off, and then we will assemble it. All right, once you've got the plastic off, assembly is pretty straightforward. So we're gonna start by putting these bolts, let's see if it'll focus, in the top two holes all the way around the planter. All right, next thing we're gonna do is attach these frame adapters all around this base. So essentially this just goes on the end here. We've got a screw that goes through here, and then another cap nut that goes on this side. And we'll just do that to each one of these. All right, my phone was overheating while I was getting the wheels on, but saved the last one. So you just want to make sure that the wheel types are on opposite sides. So I've got the two locking wheels here and the non-locking wheels here. These go on pretty easily with just 3 screws, washers, and then the bolts go through the bottom. All right, so the next bit is maybe a bit questionable. Like I mentioned, I don't like self-watering things, because essentially how this is set up is this is going to go in the bottom of the planter, and then this is supposed to sit on top, and then all your soil goes on top of here. So water is just going to be collecting in this bottom part, and then with the soil sitting on top, supposedly, you know, the water will be wicked up through the bottom. I don't really like that. I don't like water sitting in the bottom of my planters. I don't have anything without drainage holes. So I'm actually going to drill holes in the bottom of this, and then I'm still going to put this on top because less soil will get out through these holes. But this is gonna drain out the bottom because I don't want water sitting in here. Like if we get a ton of rain, this is just gonna be full of water, and that's not good for the roots of my tree. So I'm gonna be drilling holes in this, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'm gonna need to start with a smaller drill bit. We'll see. Nope. Okay, next we're gonna get the planter installed on the base. So this is supposed to go between the tall part and the short part. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Oh, nope. Okay. And then we attach it to the base using just this standard screw and, oh, focus. There we go. All right, you can't tell from this angle, but this screw is going through the planter and then also through the base on the other side. So I'll show you once I screw this in. Okay, so screw there, and then through here, and tightened on the other side. So this is now attached. So we'll do that all the way around. Okay, this is now completely attached to the base. So next thing we do is put in the bottom section, which is what I drill holes into. It should just slide down in there. Now see, if I hadn't drilled holes, no water would be getting out of the bottom of that planter, and that's just no good. No good. And then, like I said, I'm still gonna put this top part in. The water will just drain out the bottom, but that way the soil, there's a little bit of space between the soil and the bottom of the pot, which I think will help drainage a little bit. Okay, so last step is to put the rest of the screws in the sides down here all around, and that will essentially be it. All right, there it is. Okay, they're mowing next door, so sorry if that's super loud, but I just had an idea. So I have these leftover connection pieces from the Birdie's raised bed kits. The Birdie's raised bed frame kit. So like the frame that I have on the two large beds here. And I've got some extra pipe. So I think I can actually use these and attach them to this planter and then use that to support the tree, because right now it's just got like a small, see that green little what is it called? I can't remember. Support pole, but something more sturdy would be really nice. So I'm gonna see if I can attach this pole to this planter. That's gonna be really nice. Okay, so now I actually have to put the tree in here, which is gonna be a task. Okay, it does have some roots growing out of the bottom of the pot, but none of them are large, like my fig tree, so I think we're okay. And ordinarily I wouldn't recommend moving a tree from a pot of this size into this size. It's a little bit too big of a jump, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But I mean, I guess it's not too bad, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this in place. Excellent. Okay, cool. So I want that a little bit lower, so I'm gonna dig a little cavity and then we will get that in. I think we'll just move it with the poles in and then I'll take it out. I think that's the way to go. Don't wanna damage the tree. Should have brought some string over. It's gonna just top over if I. Let's see if I can just. Okay. It's not precarious at all. I think we need just a tiny bit more on the top, and then we'll do a layer of mulch, and we should be good to go. Okay, let's get the drip back in, and this will be done. All right, there it is. I think it's cute. I don't know what y'all think. Hopefully I didn't just kill it. We'll see. It's gonna probably go through a little bit of a shock being transplanted, but hopefully it'll bounce back. So yeah, the next thing I'm gonna do is actually, what's the word? Redo this herb garden. I've decided I don't like it. So I'll show you what I'm planting there. Okay, so this is the herb bed. I've had this thyme in here for forever, and it's done really well, but I just don't use it enough to justify having it take up this much space. So I think I'm gonna take the thyme out, because it's just down towards the base of the plant. It's getting really woody anyways, and the only good thing about it right now is that it smells really nice. So I'm gonna take this out. I think I'm just gonna put some flowers in here. I think that's gonna make me happier. I'm gonna keep the rosemary because I actually do use the rosemary. And then I've got some garlic chives in here that'll probably just get pulled out with the thyme. time. So yeah, I'm gonna take this out and then get some, I have some Gerber daisies that I'm gonna put in here instead. So. This is a really well established plant, so I've got to make sure I get all the little bits out. And then while I'm here, I've got some extra compost that I'm going to add to here because this hasn't been amended in a while. So let's go ahead and move the drip irrigation. Alright, let me go get my flowers. We'll get those planted. Okay, just got these 3 Gerber daisies I'm gonna put in. These are a royal something mix. Let me see. Royal mix, never mind, just royal mix. So I'm gonna put these, I think, in just this side of the planter and then save this space for something a little later. So yeah, I'll just get these in. Over here is the zinnia that I planted right before it got super hot, and it basically immediately burned up, but it does have new flowers coming in. So I'm just gonna give this a quick chop, clean it up a little bit, but it should bounce back. It's gonna, you know, look a little crispy, but it'll be all right. These cucumbers over here have bounced back, but I don't want them getting like the cucumbers that were over there, completely out of control. So I'm gonna go ahead and snip some of these off, just try to get ahead of it so that things don't get crazy. Hidden down below these cucumbers, I've got tiny little squash coming in here, and then, ouch, one here as well. So if the cucumbers start getting in the way of those, I'll cut them out, but right now I'm just gonna leave everything as it is. And then my cucamelons apparently did not die, and they're just kind of climbing all over this Gomphrena. No cucamelons yet, but it is cooling down a bit, so we'll see if these actually produce anything. It'd be the first time I actually got cucamelons out of it, so we will see. A few videos back I was like, oh, there's a new amaranth coming in this pot. So this is the old amaranth, and this is what has grown. Definitely not amaranth. So this is some kind of sunflower. It's either a Mexican torch that's self-seeded, because I used to have one right here, or I put a sunflower there and just forgot. So we'll see what that ends up being. But yeah, I've staked it up now so it's supported, but definitely not amaranth. Over here the basil is still doing well, which is crazy just with how hot it's been. This is the Emerald Towers basil, again my favorite variety. You really only need one plant. Like, this is 2 plants only, and they're humongous. So also really pretty. But I might need to cut some of this out because it's hiding the squash that I have planted back here. So those are still doing good, but it's getting a little bit of shade from this basil, so I might need to, I'll probably wait. We have some 100-degree days coming up, I think, or at least high 90s. So I might leave it there for now because I don't want those to burn, but I'll probably chop that back pretty soon. And then the zinnias that I started over here, those are still doing well. Again, a bit shaded because this one over here is doing much better out in the open, but still there. And then over here on the east side of the garden, because it's been a little bit cooler, the crossvine is starting to bloom again, which is really, really exciting. I do want it to kind of grow over the fence, so I'm gonna try to figure out something that I can like attach to the top, maybe just like maybe a push pin or 2 with some string, just so that I can secure those to the top, because right now they're falling back down. So yeah, it's growing a ton though, so I just need to get that secured to the top so it can kind of wander this way and this way. But yeah, looking real pretty. All right, I think that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.